She was standing on the ledge, bare feet curled over the edge of the concrete balcony, the wind whipping through her tangled hair. Her pink pajamas flapped like a flag ready to surrender. She didn't cry. She didn't scream. She just waited, still as if frozen, obeying some invisible command. When I whispered her name, my voice barely carrying over the roar of the wind, she turned her head slowly. It was mechanical, rehearsed. "Mommy told me to disappear," she said, "because I'm in the way." My heart didn't just drop. It stopped. Not because of what she said, but because of the emptiness behind her words. She sounded detached, repeating instructions someone had given her without question. I stepped forward cautiously, knees bending, palms open. "Hey, baby, come here. You're not in the way." Mommy didn't mean that. She turned her full face to me and I saw it. Something was wrong. Not bruises, not scratches. Something worse. Her expression was blank, hollow, as if the part of her that recognized me had been erased. She didn't jump. I pulled her down, carried her inside, and wrapped her in the old wool blanket she used to love. She didn't resist. She didn't speak. She just stared past me, blinking too little. Her mother came home half an hour later, keys jingling casually like nothing had happened. A kiss to my cheek, light, almost apologetic, though she hadn't earned it. "Where have you been?" I asked. She shrugged. "Work ran late." She hadn't worked a day in 3 months. Her lies were clumsier than before, but I didn't confront her, not yet. I just nodded, smiled, and said dinner was warm. That night, I sat in the hallway outside my daughter's room, listening, breathing with her, making sure she was still alive. When the house finally fell silent, when the quiet stretched long and sharp, I returned to our bedroom. She was asleep, mouth slightly open, no makeup. I studied her face like a puzzle missing half its pieces. Beneath her skin, I saw something I'd never noticed before. Something hollow, dark, empty. The next morning, I watched her brush our daughter's hair. Mechanical, rushed, no smile. My daughter flinched at the touch. Subtle, almost invisible, but I saw it. She used to laugh when her mother did this. Now, she sat stiff and silent. I checked the baby monitor. Nothing. I checked the call logs. One number, unrecognized, repeated constantly. I saved it. No sudden moves, no accusations. I began pretending again. Pretending I believed her stories, her glances, her half-smiles, her tired, rehearsed explanations. Inside, I cataloged everything. Her sudden absences, the unfamiliar perfume she didn't realize she was wearing. Bruises, not on her, but under my daughter's sleeves. One night, casually, I asked, "Do you ever think she knows too much?" She looked up from her phone. "Who?" I said nothing. She laughed, too nervously. The kind of laugh that scratches at your skin and leaves your stomach tight. The next day, I met with a lawyer. 2 days later, a private investigator found the location. A condo, small, expensive, paid in cash. The name on the mailbox wasn't hers, but through binoculars, I saw her. She kissed someone else. Soft hands. Hollow smile. She laughed the way she hadn't with me in years. And then I understood. She had already left us. She just hadn't moved out yet. I waited until dinner. We sat at the table like a family pretending. My daughter poked at her peas. Her mother scrolled her phone. I slid a manila envelope across the table. It thudded like a gavel. She froze. I watched the color drain from her face before she opened it. Inside, photos, dates, call logs, a copy of the lease, and a single typed note. "Did you tell her to disappear before or after the bruises started?" She didn't speak. She didn't cry. She just stared at me as if I'd gutted her without touching her. Her mouth opened, closed, opened again. I stood, walked to my daughter, kissed the top of her head, and said nothing. No screaming, no shouting, no throwing her out. I simply uninstalled her from our lives. The next morning, I left with our daughter. Keys on the kitchen table. Photos scattered like fallen leaves. She called 12 times. Then she stopped. A week later, I arranged a supervised custody hearing. I told the judge everything. What I had seen, what I had heard, what our daughter had said on that balcony. I didn't need to prove intent. I only needed to show the damage, and she did the rest, shaking, weeping, panicking in front of the court like a cornered animal. I sat in silence. Didn't flinch when she screamed my name. Didn't blink when she begged for forgiveness. Didn't nod when she called me the only one who understood her. She was wrong. I never understood her. Not until I saw what she was capable of. Now it's just the two of us. My daughter sleeps beside me, curled like a comma against my side. She doesn't talk about that night. I don't ask. But sometimes, quiet and unreadable, she whispers, "You're not like her." I hope she's right. I keep the photos in a locked drawer I'll never open again. I keep the voice that told her to disappear caged inside my head, screaming, clawing, begging to be remembered. But I don't feed it. I don't forgive it. I just sit with it because monsters don't always come from outside. Sometimes they live next door. Sometimes they tuck your child into bed and kiss you goodnight. And sometimes they look you in the eye and dare you to see them. I did, and I didn't blink.